Trigger warning. The following content may discuss sensitive topics such as mental health, abuse, violence. Please proceed with caution and take care of yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to step away.
All over the app, because by the way, the app. Now you've got back to lies. If that's what you want to think, like I said, after today, if anyone wants to think what they want to think, that's fine. Because after today, it's done legally. They'll be dealing with it. I won't be saying nothing on this anymore. I need to concentrate on me, my family, and getting better. Okay, no matter what.
Yeah, she keeps looking to the side to read something.
Whatever. If anyone else wants to get involved after today, you will have to feel the legal consequences of that. Because what you're doing is defamation of character. It's a hate crime. It's slander, and I know some of them are civil, but when it comes to the fact that it's inciting hate to the point of my children's schools being doxed and injuries being threatened on me, that's genuinely then becoming a police matter. Yeah, mostly civil. It is mostly civil. I've just said that you're correct. But when it becomes a dangerous situation because of an inciting hate campaign, then it becomes dangerous what individuals are doing. That's my point. Sorry, can I just mod someone because I'm going to start raging. Tash, I'll mod you in a minute. I'm going to start raging in a minute, so I just need a mod to block these idiots out because they won't even let me say my size before they're jumping all over it.
Thank you, Joe. Here we go.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Like I say, you don't even have to block people and just mute them, just while I have my say, and then afterwards, if I've missed out and people want to ask questions, then that's fine, innit? But I just need to get my side out, which is only fair to do. So yeah, then we'll.
She's really after that Netflix deal.
Jerry Mikhail and all that lot is. I obviously can't talk about it because there's a certain someone in it that's there's an ongoing police investigation with, and there's not just me. There's other victims. So legally, I'm not allowed to talk about that. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to ruin a police case I've been waiting 10 years for, just for people on the internet. I'm not going to do that.
10 years for a police case, fuck off.
It's not fair for me to do when a lot of people have been waiting a hell of a long time for this justice. And when it comes out, every single one of you that's backed these individuals will be fucked to the point as yeah. Anyway, so yeah, sorry, my kids. Someone's just mentioned my kids. So last year when this cockapoo thing come out, obviously I was in. Sorry, thank you for reminding me. That's the ADHD head. I was really poorly, and I was doing lives and stuff, and I was adamant that this person was cockapoo. And I was very upset, and I was triggered by what happened to my children. So why I thought she was her was something extremely horrific happened to my two disabled children, because people like to run as well that my children are some strangers online like to say my children aren't disabled. I don't know how you know that about me, never seen you in my life, but apparently you know this.
I don't know how to spoil one's child,
but my two disabled children, which is my eldest children, in 2000, I'll take it actually all the way back because like I said, I'm not here to lie about anything. In 2018, it must have been 2018, I went through a mental breakdown then. I went through a massive mental breakdown. And I was in an extremely abusive relationship with their dad, that's what you want to call him. Because he groomed me, by the way, when I was 15 and he was 32. So make what you want of that, but he's a good person apparently. And I really wasn't in a good mental place. My daughter was in and out of hospital all the time. She was extremely poorly. My son was going through diagnosis of being autistic, and I couldn't mentally cope.
Thank you, Tracy.
But yeah, so it ended up anyway, long story short, I ended up being homeless. He had care of the children, and I ended up in the streets of Bradford.
Epilepsy, oh God, how can I forget?
Yeah, in the streets of Bradford, and then I met another guy. I got with him. I tried to obviously do everything social services said they wanted me to do. Yeah, and then it ended up anyway, he obviously wouldn't let me see the kids anymore. There was high concerns over his behaviour anyway. Stated obviously that obviously he was extremely abusive. It was well documented in courts that he was abusive towards me, that he's got a past of violence. But social services for some reason or another just wouldn't. Yeah, it were a messed up situation anyway, but I was doing everything I could. And then I was hearing things going around that my son was seen with black eyes, basically, and he was seen with injuries. So I kept contacting the social services, and they kept obviously saying that I was being paranoid because of my mental health. I had that thrown in my face a lot. I was being paranoid over my mental health. They almost said they were going to get me done for harassment. Why am I digging myself bigger holes, love? I'm telling myself, so you can piss off, get out, fucking scrag.
Like, I can't forget the main one,
imagine saying that when I'm talking about my kids, you absolute scraghead. Why? By being honest. What? Because that's what people don't like. They don't actually like me being honest and being honest on a situation. So my son ended up being seen with injuries. Social services wouldn't take me serious. All these so-called people that are involved now was even saying, "Oh, we've seen him. He had burns on his face. He had this, and this." And there was a time. Where I got a phone call off my mum. And she was obviously quite clearly upset.
Cockapoo, you were the social worker, you could tell
rung my mum.
What
happened? My son was in hospital.
I'll
get to that fake thing in a minute as well about my child passing away. I'll get to that all fake thing. That's been proven in the court of law as well. Fake.
Oh, in the court of law.
But they love to keep running with that one. My mum got a phone call, stating that he couldn't leave the hospital because social services wouldn't let him leave because my son had either made a comment or something had happened that his dad had done something to him. So he couldn't leave the hospital until my son had been checked out by social services. And then he admitted to my mum on the phone that he was scared. He couldn't tell the truth because he'd drunk 15 bottles of Budweiser. And apparently my son just got out of bed and ended up injuring himself. So this was a full situation. This went on to and fro for ages. I ended up having another child with... I'm getting to all that bullshit, so you can stop fucking spamming all that.
2 strokes. Okay.
So then, it got to the point that I had another child. I obviously couldn't be that bad, could I? Because I've got these 3 kids in my care with no social services. Got cleared on social services on many accounts. So even now, my daughter now, she's 6, so this was 6 years ago. Told them he fell down the stairs, that's what he said to social services. 6 years later, obviously, I've still got my 3 children in my care with no social service involved. So you're not saying I must be this Munchausen syndrome, bad person. I've had 14 false allegations made against me. Did someone block my mum? I don't know. Can you unmute my mum? That Mrs. Egan, that's my mum. Can you unmute her, please?
My mum. Why is she saying mum? She's from West Yorkshire. So you have 14 different allegations made against me saying... you just muted her. Sorry, lovely. I thought it said blocked. Sorry, that's my fault. I've had 14 false allegations made about me that's been... I'll get to that point as well where my children are. I'm going through it all. You just want me to go all right back, so I'm going all right back to present day because... a lot of lies have been told, so we're just going to make this very clear and clear up. Apparently I neglected them, this, that. That's what we're clearing up. My older 2 are not in care at all. That's I know, as if mum got muted.
We'll get to that exactly where my children are. They're not in care.
I can't see what she said.
Okay. 1 minute, I'll co-host with people in a minute. Will you just tell Corey and that, look, after I've said my piece, I'll jump on, I'll do whatever. But I just want to be able to have my say. I'm not being rude to anyone. Where was I? I keep losing my bloody head. What was I on about? I've got that much to say that I'm losing my head. We're going to be here all night at this point. Oh, where was I? Can someone just please remind me where I was? Oh, sorry, yes, thank you. Thanks very much that my son had bruises. So that happened in the hospital thing. Obviously then he then ended up leaving with my kids and he ended up going somewhere and no one could find him for a very long time. And then one day, this was in, it was, my Auntie Haley died in the January and it was about 4 days later, so it must have been the back end of January. And I'd left my mother's house. I was on the way home and I had a weird feeling, when you just feel like something's wrong, something's off. And I got home, I
can't write anymore.
And I've got a paper on this to prove it.
I'm at the maximum amount for the box.
Go there and use lot know this is true. Use lot know it is, because you've seen it with your own eyes.
I have to make a new
so even
one.
Go there. So I'd gotten home and I remember I was sorting my youngest out at the time, thinking he was only 6 months old, and I got a knock on the door and it was a court warrant. It was a court warrant. And I obviously answered the door, and this is really triggering, by the way, for everything, but I need to get it out there because I'm not being accused of abusing my children in any way, shape or form. You can forget that one. I got given a court order, and the guy said to me at the door, obviously, are you Mrs. Allinson? Miss Allinson at the time, which was, I said, yeah, I'm Miss Allinson. And then obviously I went, what's it regarding? They said, we can't say anything to you, but there's these here, a solicitor's number on there. You need to contact the solicitor. You need to be in Leeds Court in the morning. And first he said, sorry, are you mother to Craig Jr. and Ruby Grace? I said, yes, I am, yes. I've then took the court files in, and there was like that. There was a bundle like this. So I've said at the time I was going out with my children's dad, and I just bawled. I knew something was really, really wrong. I knew something wrong. These people had not listened to me for a long time about this man. So I give it my partner, and I said at the time, sorry, and I said, can you read that, please?
Really?
And then, yeah, he obviously read it, and he even started getting upset. He said, I don't think you're ready to wear it. And then I said, what? Just tell me what it is, just the gist of it. Tell me what's gone on. He said, you need to go to court in the morning. CJ and Ruby have been found, and they're not in a good way. And they've got injuries, and they've been inflicted by him. Yeah, this so-called good man, by the way. So then, obviously, I went to court. There was a week-long trial that I went to. And it was horrific. Quite thank you. Yeah. This is the only thing out of all of it.
No, Remy, she hasn't.
I'll be good. 1 minute, guys.
Is that someone bombing her house?
So you've just asked that there as well. A lot of people have questioned this. So because it was a child case, if you know anything about that, there's no press releases, no nothing to protect the identity of the children. So that clears that one up for you. I'm good now. Sorry, like I said, out of everything, that's the only thing that gets to me. So yeah, it was a shit week. It was a shit week. My mum came with me. It was Monday to Friday, and I obviously got cleared on everything that I've got proof on, which states obviously it was dad that inflicted this, dad that inflicted this, dad that inflicted this, and mother was not present on any of it. I wish someone listened sooner. Because you choose your noggins. If I inflicted apparently everything that people are saying on these kids, how come I've got my other 3 kids? And then after all that happened anyway, it then went to court for me to get my kids back. And it just seemed like one thing was happening after another. So I had this social worker.
Peter Sutcliffe. Someone called Peter Sutcliffe.
And was obviously drug tested me.
Potato.
Which obviously I passed. They checked my home. Obviously, I was cleared on having these children. And then, yeah, when it were going, I was doing, something called a parenting assessment. If any of you know, you'll know about this. I had to do a parenting assessment, and they allowed me to see my kids because I hadn't seen them in such a long time. Bastards.
I'm sorry, the dramatic bastard.
Fucking hell.
Do you think she'll pull a wig off for dramatic effects again?
Yeah, so I need to get this out. I need to get all of it out.
Apparently they're in bed. In your house, cockapoo.
And honestly, guys, I don't want gifting her. I don't know from nobody. I just want to say my piece and then I'm done. And I'm starting right back. Because this is one of the things I've been accused of, is neglecting and harming my children. And you just know that's bullshit. So yeah, there was a social worker at the time, And they said I could see them to build up a relationship again. Okay, I could see them and build up a relationship again because I hadn't seen them in a year. And that brought me...
Oh, did that happen? I thought people were chatting shit about that. Okay.
But I did everything they asked me to do. I went to every meeting. I went to everything, and I still had the care of my 3 kids. And then you can all check, there's a pin post on my profile about it. During this time, like 3 weeks later, imagine this, like 3 weeks after all this has just happened and all this trauma, and this fucking shit fucked me up.
Have you made that up, Pug Life? You fucking
like 3 weeks later, it was Mother's Day. The day before Mother's Day. I can't put that on the name. And my son took really, really, really poorly. Really poorly. He stopped breathing and he went all floppy and he was really ill. He got taken into hospital and he got put on a ventilator. He got put on life support. And he got, he had a common cold, and because he was born, he's an ex-25 weeker. He already was born with chronic lung disease, and he went into basically respiratory failure because he got a common cold. Thank you, Sophie. I would say it is pinned to the top of my page as well. And he were in a really bad way. And he got taken and he got put into an induced coma. So of all this going on with my other 2 children, one of my youngest then, were basically in a severe situation. It was in a coma for quite a while. Luckily, thank God, he pulled through. Thank everything. But during this time, obviously, they wanted me. So my son, I used to live in a place called Halifax, which is in West Yorkshire.
Oh, I wouldn't brag about that.
And my son was in LGI in Leeds. So they wanted me to travel from LGI. I'm sure they did this on fucking purpose. I'm sure of it. They wanted me to try and get from LGI, from being with my boy that was in a coma, to Halifax for a parenting assessment within the space of 20 minutes. Within a space of 20 minutes. And I told them, I said, look, I can't get to this. I can't. And the woman said to me on the phone, that's no problem. We're here for you.
Is this the son that died?
We're here for you. It doesn't matter. We understand what you're going through with Ashton, which is my son's name. Like I said, you can Google him. He's in the papers. He was in the papers. He's called Ashton Leach. They said, no problem. Obviously, we'll do whatever. We'll redo it. You just concentrate, stay there. No. So I'm like, oh, sound, thank you very much. Obviously, because I was like, I'm stressing. I can't get there. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I went to every contact session. That ever said it got me. You just don't know me. And then, yeah, for some reason, then when it went back to court. It went back to court about obviously me trying to get my kids back and back into my care. So long story short is, this social worker stood on the podium to give a thingy of if they could come back to me or not. And she said that I wasn't consistent, even though I'd done everything they asked me I've done, and they said I wasn't consistent.
It is true, he did get put in an induced coma.
I wouldn't be able to cope with 6 children.
He got put in an induced coma from having septicemia from a common cold.
And then I said I've only got 5, but she was adamant I had 6. I wouldn't be able to cope with 6 children because of my mental health. It would wear me down. I've got Ashton in hospital, 2 disabled children that need a lot of care. She don't think I'd be able to cope. And I wasn't consistent with parenting assessments. She never once said about what was going on with Ashton.
So there's one that's true.
Which really obviously bugged me at the time, because I knew I did everything they ever asked me to do. And yeah, that was shit. So it's part after that. It's just digging all up. Oh God. Try to think of things that are even relevant without just spilling my whole livelihood to you. But it's so hard because there's that much shit. Oh, sorry, yeah, so that's actually what we're getting on to. Good question. We'll get to that so-called unalived son thing, don't worry about that. Oh my God, I've lost. What did you even just say? Because you jogged my memory of what I was going to say. What did you just say? So where are my oldest kids now? Yeah, so obviously it got to the point, they said to me, my solicitor said to me, the kids are really not going to go back to you. The judge normally sides on the side with the guardian of the children, and obviously they're stating that right now they don't think you're going to be able to mentally cope with all of your kids. She obviously said she believed obviously it was completely wrong. They should have been able to come home to me because that's all my kids also wanted. I got duped. Bad style. Fuckers. But they said to me,
yeah,
obviously they don't want them to be adopted and separated. They wanted them to stay together. And thankfully, well, my mum went in to be assessed. They said my mum didn't live in a big enough home, because that's who I put my mum forward to get them. They said she didn't live in a big enough home and all this stuff. And then their auntie came forwards, who was also a foster carer. So that's who my children are with. They're with their auntie, who's a foster carer. And to be honest, I'm very grateful. So yeah, they're with family, they're not in care.
Can you just show us your scar?
Yeah, so they're not in care. So my point of all that is...
everyone go over and just spam, show us your scar.
Yeah, I still see them. They're not with my sister.
Hello, Josie.
They're not with my sister. And then the deal was, I could still see them in a contact centre. I could still see the kids. So I was doing that. I was doing that for quite a while. And then I asked them for more contact. And I didn't end up getting it for whatever. I can't even remember why they said I didn't. And it got to the point I basically told the social worker to fuck off. I said, you're not helping me at all. You're not listening to me. I want a new social worker for them kids. These kids, at the same time, you're hypocrites, because even in court, the judge, that one other thing I missed, the judge said, I'm struggling to understand this, because the same bracket of social services, remember, yeah? So that were Calderdale Social Services. Yeah, dog stole the kids, yeah. It's Calderdale Social Services.
We'll run with that.
I'd said that I'm able to have my 3 children, my youngest children, with no supervision, no care orders, no
apparently Ryan
involvement, because I can parent to such a good standard. Okay, this is all documented in court, to such a high standards. But then yet they even said, but the same social workers said that I couldn't parent them 2 children, and that's always, even to this day, it's baffled the shit out of me. But okay, so I tried to move on. I was seeing the kids. I tried to move on because I've got 3 other children, mind you, who are trying to.
Yeah, so you know when she was in Delusive Angie saying she was having a PICC line fitted next week, Stoma Mandy, who comes in here, and Gen Z called her out in my box and said to her, because she was in my chat, and they said, well, have you got a PICC line? She went, you don't have to have a PICC line. You can Google that. You don't have to get a PICC line for chemo. And then all of a sudden a story changed in Angie's box and she was having a PICC line fitted next week. She told us the chemo started next week. Never mentioned, she said she wasn't getting a PICC line.
Like I said, I've never lied about that. It's been very obvious all the way through. But one thing I'm not having on my name is saying that I neglected my kids, because that's far from the truth.
I've got Myra Hindley sending potatoes now. What's going on?
Quite frankly, because I love them kids.
Thank you, SJ, for the subscription, lovely. Got fighting the life out of me.
And I said I wasn't going to get upset. After this bit, I'll be sound. I hate it.
All she has to do, she doesn't have to do the theatrics and give the whole life story. She could just lift her top up and show us the scar on her stomach that she's claimed hers, but we know it's not her, it's another woman.
Address. So they're saying about my kidney. This is good. Quite funny, this one. About my kidney. So the story about my kidney.
Quite funny, this one.
So in 2019, I was pregnant with my daughter.
Yes, Remy. So apparently 2 live with the auntie on the dad's side.
Frontal lobe epilepsy. I have seizures.
So was your pickle.
And at the time I was 14 weeks pregnant with my daughter, and I went to the doctors because I thought I had a kidney infection. I kept getting, since I was a child, I've always suffered with kidney infections. So I went to the doctor and said, obviously I'm concerned, I think I've got another kidney infection and I'm pregnant. So they went, all right, okay. They obviously see me over, I had loads of blood and whatever else. So they said straight away, because I had a high fever, they said you need to go to the hospital, you need to go to surgical assessment unit, because especially with you. No, I said that's what the social worker said, that I had 6 kids. I've always had 5. I said that. I said the social worker said I had 6 kids, and I said I don't understand why she said that when I've always had 5. So I went to the hospital anyway, and I ended up going to have a stent fitted. I had a stent fitted because my kidney had collapsed. I had kidney stones and my kidney had collapsed, so I had a stent fitted.
Never mind a stent, get a fucking implant.
And as you know, with a stent, you're meant to have them changed quite regular. And basically I got left with a rotten stent. A long time with a rotten stent. And it obviously with COVID and everything else, and then partly my own fault as well, I think I got pregnant again with Ashton, who was born a premature baby. And I just I didn't even go back myself and whatever else. But then every time, and then I started getting more and more problems with it. I said, it needs removing, I'm in a lot of pain.
She has got 5.
It did go rotten. I had a metal stent.
2 don't live with her, 3 live with her.
And a copper stent, whatever it is, that stupid metal. It was a metal stent anyway. And it ended up going rotten because of the acids. You've got natural acids in your body and it can rot. It's a foreign body, it can rot. So when I moved to this area, I kept saying I've been to the GP loads and loads and loads. And yeah, literally, Bella. And obviously they just kept giving me codeine. They kept giving me codeine and codeine and codeine. And,
Donald Trump's gifted her a potato as well. What's going on?
You'll be okay, it'll be fine. We'll refer you to the gynaecologist.
Thank you,
and obviously they'll deal with it. I never ended up getting this referral for you. So then it got to the point, I moved to the area that I'm in now, and I went to this GP and I said, look, I've been really badly neglected. I don't care if people are recording me, that's fine. I said, I've been really badly neglected where I am. I said, I'm in agony. I said, it feels like I've got stones or something again. I said, I've got a stent. I said, and I don't know what to do. I said, I keep going to hospital. I don't know what to do. So then they referred me then to the hospital up here. Gynaecologist for kidneys, whatever it is. I don't know which one it bloody is. It was something for my kidney. Fucking hell, don't fucking come at me about a word. I even said whatever it's called. I don't... Did Cockapoo take my kidney? No, factory. What?
Did Cockapoo take your kidney?
Urology, whatever it bloody is. So yeah, I went there and they ended up giving me a scan and testing my kidney, and they basically said obviously the kidney was in such a bad state that they needed the best thing to do. Sorry, they asked me if I wanted to, but they said the best thing to do because the kidney was that damaged was to remove the kidney. So they removed the kidney. So then now I'm going for a compensation claim regarding obviously all that.
Right, 1 minute.
And then yeah, so that's why I had my kidney removed. So no, it wasn't I was just in kidney disease or whatever. It ended up leading to kidney failure because my kidney was failing because of a stent, and I couldn't just have dialysis or whatever. The kidney was actually rotting itself. So yeah, where am I now? So that's the thing about the kidney. That's the thing about the kidney, because I've been asked about that so many times. The kids obviously been in care, they're not in care. Trying to think of everything that's been said.
She's reading notes.
What's been said about me? Does anyone else know? Oh yeah, so apparently as well, the thing about this fake picture. Excuse me, so there's a fake account that's been going around. There was one in June. If you go right the way back, you can actually see it was in June. Just before I got married, and then that's when I went and got caught orders, by the way. It's not the other way around, is it? Okay. Let's not go there. So there was this fake account, and then if you go all the way back to June, you'll be able to see it. I asked people to go and report it, do all things like this. It was posting things about my children on it, it was saying awful shit on it. It was trying to basically blow my police case, because obviously, as you know, if you're in a police case, you're not allowed to speak about the person you're in a police case with. They was acting as me, talking on the person in the police case to try and do whatever. So I contacted the police then and said, these people are doing this, this and this. This account's up about me, and I don't kind of know what to do. I ended up going to court, got some orders, and then another one's fired up. So there's another account fired up pretending and acting as me, using some of my videos, doing whatever, and then putting all this other crap out. That's not me behind it. I've said so many times, I'll say it to them blue in the face, it's not me behind it. And all these people have is that it's me, obviously I'm trying to use it as a get out, go, or whatever, or this, that and the other. Bullshit, absolute bullshit. So there's that's where that come from. The letter, so the letter is, as I said, because I've got an ongoing compensation claim. So my solicitor during this, for my claim had said that obviously because this is a new diagnosis, they needed something from my oncologist to add it to my ongoing claim of what's going on with my medical history. So my oncologist then made the letter to give to my solicitor. So then obviously people were going, why don't you post something, why don't you post something, why don't you post something, why don't you post something? So I thought, do you know what, I'll post that. And then since then everyone's going, oh, it's this, whatever. Do you know, like I said, after today,
no solicitor would tell you to post something on TikTok.
I ain't gonna be, about the brain tumor, I'll get to that in a minute. Think what you want, because you know what, you're all strangers on the internet, and you've run me for days and days and days and days and days, and I've stayed quiet. But do you know what's so funny about all this is, how come the only person who's gone to the police is meant to be the criminal? The only person who's gone to the police about all this is meant to be the criminal in this situation. Make it make sense, okay? I even posted the proof on who's behind all this shit. Posted it, it's there to see. So this girl, she's called Billy. She's called Billy Rain. Let's get into her. Let's get into her. She's a good one. She's a really good one. So my mum's not a mod, so I don't know why how can my mum mute comments here talking shit. Yeah, so Billy last year befriended me. I thought she was a really nice person, to be fair. I thought she was lovely. Genuinely had a lot of time for the girl. As I've shown as well there, like on my story and on my post and that, me and her went to get his nails done together, went and got his brows done together, we went on phone all day, every day. I genuinely thought she was my best friend. I thought she was my best friend. And then it ended up, the day that I got arrested, she ended up going in Canadian Angie's box. And literally the night before, she was saying she loved me and all that. She went in Canadian Angie's box, and Canadian Angie, to be fair to her at the time, no, she don't like me now, but at the time, I believe she even and everyone else in the box said it's a bit weird. It seems like you have to clout now, because 2 minutes ago you were a friend and then now you're trying to turn on her. It's a bit weird. So yeah, me and her used to be what I thought was friends, but it ended up it wasn't. She was friends with the other side. She was friends with the other people that I had all this police thing going on, and basically she was like an insider. She was trying to get information to give to them, which is weird as fuck. Cheers, them.
That's what I do.
Which is weird as fuck. I'll get on about the sudden death syndrome thing in a minute. She was just weird. She was a weird girl, ended up being. And it all ended up coming out about her and whatever. So I just let it go though. It is what it is. I didn't think she was this weird.
Really the mole.
But yeah, she ended up going with the other side and doing whatever, and she was plotting and scheming behind the scenes, and I left her to him. I thought, whatever it is, innit? She can do what she wants to do. And this is Billy Rain, by the way. Like I said, she's absolutely wrong.
That's true, they do say NHS no reply.
And then it ends up that it's her that's behind all this. I posted proof, it's her that's behind all of this. She's doing all of this. I don't know why. I don't know what she's got to gain out of it. Well, I do. I think she's friends with them, and she's trying to, I think, defame my character on my name before court. That's coming up with the person that I was on about. I don't know the true reason why I wish I did, but it's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. To do this to somebody just because you don't like them is horrific. It truly is. If you don't like me, as I've said, or you believe I'm lying, go to the police. Just go to the police. That's it. I've urged everybody to go to the police. That's it. That's all I want you to do. I don't mind talking to authorities. I've been doing it all week anyway. I've spoke to social care because I've made them aware about it because of my children's school being doxed. I've spoke to police numerous of times now. Go to the police if you think I'm this, that, and the other, but you know I'm not lying. What you're doing is you're wanting to run a narrative and make out that I'm this, and this, but you know it's not the truth. And you know that if you go to the police, you're then going to be looked into, and then it's going to come out that you're telling lies, and your lies that you're telling are very, very serious, aren't they? They're very serious. But lucky for you, I've gone for you. So that's fine. Like I said, and this is why I'll be addressing it today, because then obviously after, when things are going then criminal, I won't be able to speak about it anymore. No, it doesn't, love. It means I've got a cold sore. I've got a filter on, but I've got a cold sore there. For them saying that it means I'm lying, I've got a fucking cold sore on my nose.
God,
I've run down as fuck, I'm polar.
Coleslaws.
I'm not well. So I'm itching my nose. Is that all right? Stranger online. So yeah, Billy. Yeah, so she's the one that's behind all this. I posted the proof. It's still not good enough. It's still not good enough. So I've asked about the thing about sudden death syndrome. So that's been well blown out of context. So when I was 16 years old, as I've said, I've got epilepsy. I kept having a lot of seizures. I was pregnant with my son, and I was fitting constantly. I was admitted into hospital for a lot of the time in my pregnancy. My mum came to the hospital. She came at the time with one of them lot as well. So she come to the hospital, and I think they said to me, I wanted to discharge myself, okay? I said, I want to discharge myself. I want to go home. I didn't understand why I couldn't go home. Like I said, this is going back a few number of years, so sorry if I'm a bit jittery with this. So I said I wanted to go home, and the nurse is like, no.
We're just collating a list of her ailments. We're waiting for her to admit that she's lying about having cancer.
You need to speak to the doctor. We need to get the doctor to speak to you. So I've gone, okay, no worries then. No, I didn't, sorry, that's a lie. I was kicking off, I wanted to go home. It was my mum that said, we'll just speak to the doctor. So the doctor or the consultant, whoever it was, come in the room and said, this was the words. Exactly, it can only be diagnosed after you passed away, that's what I'm going to get to. They said, we're very concerned because your daughter keeps seizing. She's seizing a lot and my heart rate was extremely high.
Yes, I'm a pip assessor.
Because obviously my body were going into shock like all the time or whatever it were doing because I was fitting constantly. And they said, we're struggling to bring her heart rate down. And they said...
So far, not enough ailment. She's only getting low rate pip.
Because if she ends up having a heart attack or going into cardiac arrest, it would go down as obviously unexpected sudden death syndrome. Because that's what obviously happens if someone the heart just stops. It would go down as that. So that's what I was talking about. This is where this has been spun out of nowhere and out of nothing. Me making a remark saying that basically, and yeah, I might have, I think I said I was diagnosed or whatever. Fucking hell, like I said, it was a long time ago. If I've used the wrong word or whatever, it didn't mean I'd actually been diagnosed. It mean that if that had happened to me, that's what I've been diagnosed with. So sorry, we're all human beings. We all don't say things that should make 100% sense. It's just silly, but that's been run with, okay? There's another one. So no, I don't have obviously unexpected sudden death syndrome because you have to be dead to be diagnosed with that.
You said it.
And yes, it would go down as a heart attack, but they were saying if I just passed away in my sleep or whatever, then that's what it would go down as. I don't know why. I'm not a doctor. Shoot me, I'm not a doctor. I'm trying to leave my nose alone, but it's extremely itchy and sore. So that's that thing, yeah. So I don't have that.
Not ill enough for pip yet. Come on, crank it up a notch.
What other thing? Apparently, I've lied about having cervical cancer. It's another one. I've never said I had cervical. I had. If you are epileptic, you are at higher risk of sudden death syndrome. Thank you. Point proven. Oh, the brain tumour thing. The brain tumour. We'll get to that now. When was it?
Give us some more ailments.
Was it June or July? Don't count me on the dates. Once again to do with my seizures.
Yes,
once again to do with my seizures. Yeah, it was June or July. I'd just moved into this area that I'm in now, and I must have had a seizure. On the bed. I must have had a seizure on the bed. Sorry, like saying this is all Daisy. Don't shoot me. Probably because I've just come out of an epileptic fit. I might have not been 100% sure about. Do you know what I mean? What I'm saying. But I just come out of a seizure, and the ambulance crew was there, and I remember that. And obviously my husband, now that's my husband, was. I remember, I think he obviously stood next to the ambulance crew, and I remember them saying, we can't get a dilation or something. It must have been with my eyes. I remember something was shining in my eyes. And they said they couldn't get a dilation, and my reflexes wasn't working. The reflexes wasn't working. So they said, it's unlikely because of her age, but she might have had a stroke. There's a very high chance she's had a stroke because I were without oxygen for a long time or whatever. I'd gone to hospital, and when I was in hospital, I remember I was really sleepy and whatever else, and they would put me in resus.
Some cream
and
on
I come round, I think, obviously feeling a bit better, like early hours in the morning. My husband was sat there half asleep on the chair, and the doctor was there, woke me up, and he said, we need to take you round to MRI, no, CT, sorry, I had a CT. So I had a CT scan. Let me just get rid of this. Oh, fuck off. Try to do that verify thing 1 minute.
She's on the packet.
There we go. Otherwise it would have locked my thing up. These are stick-on nails, by the way. Everyone keeps saying as well that you can't wear acrylic nails with chemo. I know you can't. These are stick-on nails, are from Temu. Do you want me to show you the packet? The stick-on nails. Obviously, I know that. Just like you can't wear fake tan.
She's Googled it.
Well, you can. You just can't if you're more at risk for allergic reaction, but you can. You just can't go on sunbeds. Okay? I'm not muting anyone, so whatever. And probably because if you're asking silly questions and I'm trying to talk, I've said people are welcome to ask whatever they want after I've said my piece.
Show the nail packet but not show the scar to prove the surgery you've supposedly had.
Okay, it's a lot to try and take in what everyone has asked me. And I'm trying to get it all out as tell us about the NHS message. Oh, I'll get to that, Alicia, don't you worry. I wore fake tan and I had chemo and a reaction to chemo. What was that, sorry? Never got told that. Where was I now? See what I mean? Oh, sorry, yeah, the CT. So I ended up having a CT scan to clarify or check if it was a stroke or whatever it was that they was doing. And obviously I was a new patient there. I'd never been to that hospital before. And then they said obviously it was like 6 o'clock in the morning by this point. By ward round, someone will come round, talk to you, no. So my husband went home, come back, and I smoke. Shouldn't smoke, but I smoke. So he took me out for a cigarette.
Lung cancer.
Took me out for a cigarette, and on the way back in, the doctor was stood there, and he come in, and he said, I know you're wanting to go home, because I said I don't like being in hospital, so I always try and discharge myself. Ward round to on resus, absolutely not. What are you talking about? Have you listened to a word I've said? Probably not. No one does. I don't even know why I read the comments. It fucking puts me off. Yeah, so, sorry, we're wheeling me in after my cigarette. The doctor then come in and said, I know you're eager to get home, but we can't let you go home yet because there's been some abnormality.
Abnormalities?
There's been some abnormalities on the scan. So my husband obviously said, what do you mean abnormalities? Like the way obviously they sat us down like all farmers and stuff. They said, we're very concerned, obviously. You've either got, they said at first, said you've either obviously, there's something there on the scan that's showing that wasn't there previously, because I had a scan 3 months previously, sorry, because when I got sectioned and I injured myself,
send me heart
they gave me a brain scan then because I was having so many seizures and they thought I might have hit.
Let's have heart me's popular votes. If you can tap the screen as well, get me on the fucking popular leaderboard, okay, bitches.
Prior anyway, that brain scan.
Thank you, Fran.
It's okay if I'm being cam-tooed, it's fine. That brain scan, they said obviously there's an abnormality on the brain scan, and it could either be, he said obviously, it could either be a fluid build-up sac from obviously having so many seizures. It could be obviously just pressure, like where pressure had formed, or it could be a tumour. So,
sectioned, okay.
Like, what do we do now then? He said, you're welcome to go home in the morning, but we'd like you to stay for another 24 hours because we'd like to monitor you. And we'd like to obviously book you in for a full MRI scan. And we want to put you on this other medication. I can't remember what this medication was called because I'm no longer on it. So don't shoot me for that. But it was this medication that you take once a day. It would begin with a T. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. So they put me on this medication. I'd then gone home. Obviously I went for an MRI scan. Obviously they clarified that it was a tumorous mass. I don't know why people are being horrible to me. I don't know, because lies are being told, so people obviously believe in lies. So then so that's that. So but I've never said I had an uncurable brain tumour and I'm going to die from it. I said at the beginning, it wasn't operable is the word, because it wasn't, so I was put on medication for it. I never said though that I was going to die from it or it's inoperable. Never said that. That's another thing that's been really twisted. Sorry, I know what's up with my nose. I'm really run down. Believe it or not, I am going through treatment. I'm not very well. My skin's all breaking out. My skin's sore as fuck. okay? Yeah. But I don't think people do understand now. They really don't understand. And like I said, I have frontal lobe epilepsy, so people want to check that up as well, they can. The message, sorry, Alicia, you asked about the message. So the message is, if you all know, I don't understand why this has been twisted. So you get reminder messages from the NHS, if anyone knows. If you have a GP appointment, a hospital appointment, they send NHS surveys, vaccination things, and obviously if you get a text message, you don't have to save the number, it automatically comes up saying it was sent from NHS. That's literally that. That's it. I don't know what else you want me to say. Apparently I'm lying because it says NHS. All of them say that.
They all say NHS.
I honestly don't know what you want me to say for that, because apparently now I've doctored that, I've done that. It's literally a text message. Everyone gets them. I thought everybody did, but...
Tap the screen, guys. Can't me.
Okay. The thing about the kidney, there's been some post out, my kidney patched move. I had an infection in my scar. Oh, the kidney scar. So obviously I've got a one-line scar. But apparently that's not possible. Apparently you can't get a one-line scar. My dad had kidney cancer. My dad had his kidney out as well, literally like a year before I did. Same kidney and all. So they went in there. Same thing with me. My small intestine... Oh, my mum's muted again. Can someone unmute my mum, please? Evil Mrs. Egan, she just messaged me, please, if you don't mind. So yes, my small intestine or something was enlarged, so they ended up, it won't work out keyhole or something, I don't know, so they had to go in straight down basically, so I had a clean cut. But all of a sudden, apparently that's not possible. The kidney patch thing, so this awareness page that Billy's running, this 2 hysterectomy things, I'll get to that. Jesus Christ, all this is so fucking twisted, man. Fucked up people have run with anything. This is what I mean, honestly, don't always believe what you fucking see from these weirdos. So they put on that my kidney patch had moved, so I had my left kidney out. Yeah, that's your left, isn't it? Yeah, your left, yeah.
Infection in kidney.
And apparently on one of them it looks like it's on my right. It's not. I don't know if any of you knows, if you use different cameras, back candle, whatever, different angles, it'll obviously, whatever it is, mirroring or something it's called, I don't know, so it'll look like it's on the opposite side. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So that's another thing. Apparently it moved, but it didn't move. It was literally just because it was a mirrored camera, whatever it is in the app. I don't even know what it is. I don't know why it made it look like that. I don't know, but it didn't move. It definitely didn't move. It's never moved anywhere. It was the same place. And the thing about, I'll let people in the box and that, sorry, after. I'm just trying to get this out. So the other thing about how I was diagnosed, and the thing about endoscopy, whatever it's fucking called. Camera up. What's it called? Honestly, I can't even remember what it's called.
Colposcopy.
What's it called?
Colonoscopy.
Can someone please tell me where you have up into your bowels? Colonoscopy. So people asking about the colonoscopy thing. So the way I was diagnosed,
fucking miracle, guys.
Just before my my wedding, my head night it started. I was suffering with really bad constipation. I've never had constipation in my life, but mind you, I was taking codeine at the time. So I went to the GP though, because this was going on for like 10 days. I was in fucking agony. You can imagine, like, I was bunged up. I was bunged up to shit. So I was like, I'm going on my end night, shit, like I'm fucking in agony here. So I'd gone to the doctors and I was like, I can't. Oh, like literally, I'm in agony. My guts are killing me. And the same thing where you just need to remember you have just had your kidney out not long ago, because it's like 5 weeks later. You're still on codeine. You're still on painkillers. It's probably because of that. Like, we'll try and wean your dose down. We'll give you some mini enemas. You know, obviously some things that go up to, so you don't have to have them, just so you can use them at home. You can even get them off Amazon and that, but they gave me them, and they give me some, bunged up to shit, yeah. They give me some laxatives, what you rip up and put in a drink. They give me some of them. Nothing worked. Nothing was working. So I thought, this is a bit weird. I've never suffered with this in my life. But I thought, carried on. I tried to have a good head night, which I did. I was had a great head night. But then I remember I said
I'd had a great head night to the list, guys.
I noticed there were quite a lot of blood TMI, whatever. There were quite a lot of blood in my stools. So I remember, I think I said to my best friend, actually, Emily, I said, when I get home, I said, I'm going to have to go to doctors again about this, shouldn't you? I think you are. I said, yeah, it's not good, that, is it? But we kind of just laughed it off. I said, I must have been straining. You know what I mean? I must have been real badly straining. So I went to doctors. I remember I came home and I booked an appointment. I know, sorry,
I've messaged you back, Michelle. I'll have a listen after.
Shit being said about me and lies, and I'd rather just answer and it's all come out of my mouth, innit? So yeah, I went back to the doctors anyway, and I said to them, look, these aren't really helping. Nothing's helping me. I'm in agony. I'm still in a lot of pain. I'm trying to kind of get on with it. I get married in like 2 weeks and I'm in a lot of pain. Can you kind of help me? I'm not using another lady's photo. A fake account pretend to be me. I've already covered that. It's not me. I even messaged a girl and said, go to the police. I'll help you. I'll do whatever you need. It's not me. And then, yeah, I did end up blocking her because she kept going on and not believing me, and I was getting threats from everyone. And I said to her, so I'm jumping again, but I said to her, if you're not going to listen to me, I've said I will go to the police with you. I've said this, that and the other. Like, if you're not going to listen to me, what more can I do? I need to get well myself. She was just bamboozling me and saying, oh, I'm this, I'm that. So I blocked her, obviously. I need to focus on myself. I've offered her help. I've said whoever's doing this is disgusting and you need to find out who it is because it's not me. I've contacted the police, you do it as well. It'll both kind of interlink and we'll be able to help each other. Yeah, but she didn't want to listen, so I can't make anyone do anything. I'm covering that, sorry, now. I'm on about how I got diagnosed. Someone asked me that. So then, yeah, I went back to the doctors, yeah, I said, this isn't working, can you please give me something else? No, they said, oh, just keep pushing with this. And for some reason, they weren't really helpful at all. And about 4 or 5 days later, I tell you now, when I woke up in the worst pain I've ever been in my life, I woke up and I could not move. I was on the bed, I could not move. And I was crying my eyes out. And my husband obviously said to me, he said, what's up with you? And I said, I can't move. And I was adamant. I said, are you sure I haven't had a fit or a seizure in my sleep? I said, because like my back's, it felt like someone was crushing like my back, at the base of my back, really, really badly. And I said, I can't even sit up. It was taking my breath away. So he was like, no, you haven't had a seizure. Like, what are you talking about? I'd tell you. And I went, all right, okay. So I tried to kind of get on and I couldn't go get out of the bed. I remember when he went, fuck this. He said, it was, I think it was a Sunday. It must have been a Sunday. Still muted. My mum's still muted, guys. She's called Evil Mrs. Allen. Can you unmute her, please? Yeah, so it was a Sunday and he went, I'll take you to the hospital. He said, obviously, because you can't stay like this. You obviously...
Why did he muting a mum?
So I went to the hospital. I went to the hospital and then obviously I told the receptionist what's going on with me. And she said, well, obviously, you'll be waiting here... I don't know. I didn't read that, sorry.
Yeah, she's Evil Mrs. Allen. I think she means Mrs. Egan. That's her mum's username.
Eliza, you sure? And I said, no, I'll wait. I said, I need to get seen. Obviously, no one's listening. It don't feel like the GP's listening to me and something's really wrong. I'm in agony. I can't move. So I've sat down in minors. So obviously, if you've ever been to an A&E in your life, you'll know there's obviously resus, whatever. There's like majors, there's minors, and then there's the like out of hours GP bit at my hospital anyway. At James Cook, you could check that up. There's like an out of hours bit. So they sat me around there because I sat at minors, and she said, "Oh no, come round here, and one of the doctors will see you." So I said, "Okay." So I sat there. I won the phone to my friend as well in agony. Sat there hours and hours and hours. You know, it's like, and I've gone into this room. GP asked me what UTC it might be. That I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Don't think so, Tommy.
James Cook. I did say yeah. That's my hospital. How's my constipation now? I still have to use mini enemas, to be honest, the fat freak, if you'd like to know that.
How's your constipation?
No one's satisfied with that either. I keep getting put off. It's so annoying. So I sat around there, so yeah, I've gone into the room, and I know it's probably jarring for everyone. This is jarring as fuck for me, trust me. I'd gone into the room and she said, "How can I help you?" I explained everything that had gone on. And she looked at me a bit funny and she said, is your pain in stomach? I said, "No, not really." I said, "It's fine." I said, "But it's all in my back." And she said, "Oh, have you done any stool samples?" I said, "No." And she went, "Well, do you want to go try it?" Yeah, this is grim, innit? As if I'm even having to say this is fucking so fucked up. So I'd gone and tried to do a stool sample for her. And yeah, in the stool.
Not the stool
there was
sample.
A little bit of blood and whatever. They were literally just like gunky shit, whatever, in the stool sample. And she looked at it. And obviously, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she said something along the lines of, have you had these blood tests done? Have you had that? I said, no. I said, they've been doing this with me. They've been doing that. She said, okay. She said, I'll be back in a minute. She said, I'm just need to go speak.
She's going to TMI. That's how you know she's chatting shit.
10 minutes, she come back in. Well, about 5 minutes. I might be exaggerating that. A couple of minutes, she come back in. And this guy come in with her. And he said, I am so-and-so. He said, He went, I don't want to beat around the bush. So he said, he said, you seem like you're quite straight talking yourself. He said, I'll be honest with you. He said, have you ever been referred to
Not to be distasteful, guys, but can we get some popular gifts through to get us up the popular leaderboard?
At that point, I didn't know.
Thank you.
And he said, well, I'd heard of it, but you know what I mean? I was like, I don't understand what you mean. Why do I need to be put on that? That was my point of that. And he said, well, I'm just concerned. He said, obviously, with what's going on down there, and that your other symptoms. So my other symptoms was obviously I was losing quite a bit of weight, which people have said I've had a gastric bypass. I've never had a gastric bypass in my life. I ended up just losing a lot of weight because I wasn't very well. So I lose quite a bit of weight. So obviously that was one of my symptoms that they was looking at. Obviously the blood in my stools. So basically they actually thought I had something wrong with my bowels. So I was originally referred for, I think it was, they thought I had bowel cancer or something to do with my bowels. It must have been cancer because they put me on, that's the reason they put me on the 2-week pathway.
No, Alicia.
So they said, obviously, we want you to go for a full body PET scan or whatever it is. They obviously want you to do a colonoscopy. So this is where this come into it. Want you to do a colonoscopy and we need to do these blood tests. No. Okay, thank you. Gone home. I'd gone for this scan. I had to go up to Durham for my scan. So I went there, had that done. And then I had to go for 2 colonoscopies. Luckily, thank God, it come back that what was on my bowels was benign. It was a mass, but it was benign. It wasn't, thank God, it wasn't cancerous. So I don't know where people have said that. I've said that it was or not. I definitely haven't. Thank the Lord it wasn't. But then obviously during these investigations, that's then obviously then when it come out about my ovaries. Does that make sense? So that's how I was, luckily, thank God, diagnosed. I'm really sorry to hear about your mum. That's awful. My condolences. So that's how people have asked why was the NHS saved in your phone? Once again, I'll say this one last time because there's a few more people in here. If you've ever had a text from the NHS, it automatically comes through as NHS. You don't save them in your phone. It just comes up like that. I don't know.
No, it comes through as NHS. No,
my nose is fucking killing me. I've really run down, really ill.
Thank you everyone for all the heart me's and popular gifts.
That's that cleared up.
Where am I on the popular
the thing about
leaderboard?
The lady with the pictures of her pictures or whatever, like I said, and God's honest truth from my baby's lives or whatever, I swear to God I messaged that girl.
77.
Or she might have actually messaged me first. It might be the other way around. She messaged me on Instagram because I want to get it completely right. She messaged me on Instagram. And obviously I'd already seen it all over Facebook, as you all know, it's all over Facebook. So I already had contacted the police.
I don't know how to spell benign.
And I said, obviously, I don't know what's going on. Obviously, I need this to stop. Like, I'm getting these threats. I'm getting this and the other, and this is all going on. They obviously asked who when he was doing it. I said, I don't know. They said, so, all right, we'll make an appointment and we'll come out and talk to you. Like they do. So, yeah, this lady, whoever she is, had messaged me on Instagram. My husband actually had the phone. He said, I think this lady who's saying about this with the photos had messaged you. I said, okay, fine. So I got my phone. And she messaged something about, do you think it's appropriate, or don't count me word for word, do you think it's appropriate using my pictures or something like that, she put. So obviously I explained to her, saying obviously this isn't me, I'm very sorry if someone's doing this to you.
I need 5 more bubble guns for my live goal.
I don't know what to say to you. I've gone to the police about it, and I urge you to go to the police. I told her I urge you to go to the police. Reading notes. Just to prove that apparently I'm reading notes. Now if I were reading notes I wouldn't be so jittery about what I'm saying. I'm not reading anything. I'm not reading anything. That's why I'm trying to remember what I'm saying, because I'm not reading notes.
Thank you, love Blue.
You see, I'm losing off. I'm losing off track. I'm losing off track. What was I on about?
Go on, say it's your ADHD again.
Everything will always pick apart what I'm saying. It's not hard remembering lies. No, it's hard remembering everything that's been said about me that I'm trying to clear up. I urge you to go to the police, if this person, whoever she is, Emily, is she called?
Thank you, Kelly.
Feel free to show the messages.
Comment about the ovarian
I've
cancer.
removed Instagram because I was getting a load of shit on there as well. So feel free to show the messages, because you're saying that I blocked you immediately, and that I definitely didn't. I messaged you, so please show the pictures of where I apparently did this. I did end up blocking you, you are correct, but I didn't ignore you and block you. I said to you, I've been to the police. I urge you to go to the police, because whoever's doing this is sick. It shouldn't be happening. Photos of individuals shouldn't be used. No. And she was adamant it was me. She wouldn't listen to me, no matter what I was saying. She wouldn't listen to me. So I ended up blocking her, because it was message after message after message. And then she said, I'm going to go to the police about you. And like I said, do you know what? I said, I'll leave it here. I said, I'm going to block you. I said something like, I'm going to block. I said, I hope you're doing well. I'm now going to leave this conversation. That's what I said at first. Because obviously you're not listening to what I'm saying, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to do. You just kind of, you're getting at me now, and I'm saying to you, I'm trying to help you, but I don't know what else to do. She still kept obviously saying she don't believe me. So obviously anybody then, there's only enough you can sit there and listen to and being called a liar when you know you're trying to show and tell the truth that you've not done this. You've not done this. So yeah, I ended up blocking her. I did, yeah. Oh, my fucking nose. So that was that. So I didn't just block her straight away at all. I've got no reason to lie. I ended up blocking her, yeah, like I've said. So I've said that. The police are involved. So yeah, Billy. So Billy found it acceptable.
Billy again.
To do all this, make these fake accounts up of me, pretending to be me. Another one of yous are in court tomorrow, aren't you, over the other fake account that you've done? Other one at 11 o'clock, aren't you, in Bradford? You're in court tomorrow over that, so see you there, girl. I'll speak about you after tomorrow, yeah, because I won't fuck that up. But one of you are in court tomorrow over that. So, yeah, Billy then found it was acceptable to make a fake account up of me, post me on Facebook Billy. Under a name called Jennifer. It's not the way it's a Billy, it's you. It's you. You've admitted that it's you. But you decided to post me on Yapper, whatever that is, I don't even have it. Post me all over Facebook on 50 Shades of Halifax, whatever it was, exposing Bradford, whatever
50 Shades of Halifax
pages it was, I don't know. But you decided to post me over that under a name called Jennifer, which is Billy.
Thank you, Lynn.
Billy then decided, because she wanted to get a bit more of attention, she'd bring it onto here, and she'd make an exposing page on me, an awareness page on me. So then there were that. But there's been inconsistencies with that as well, hasn't there, Billy? Because you posted a photo, didn't you? Where I've tripped it up, and it's in my own videos if people want to go look at it. She posted a photo with my arm. So in 2023, I was in hospital again for seizures. I had a cannula fitted, obviously, as you do, and whatever, to put medication through it. And obviously at the time, I think I put it on Facebook and I said, last place I want to be. No, as you do.
If it could
she's gone all the way back, guys. She's gone all the way fucking back. This girl is to find this photo. And then she put it on this page and went, look, guys, it's the same photo that she's using on all her other photos, pretending that it's today. Definitely wasn't. Was it, Billy? Because the same photo is not the same photo, is it? As I posted the proof of, it wasn't the same, was it? The two very completely different photos. But so there you go. But just goes to show you was trying to literally run with all the hysterectomies. I'll get to that next. And then the GoFundMe. Thanks for reminding me. So just goes to show what character you are anyway. So the hysterectomies. So 2021. 2021, I had my last baby. It's called Broda. Beautiful little boy. And I knew it was going to be my last baby. So I'd been on every contraception going. My epileptic tablets for some reason. I don't know whether they counterbalance fucking shit. I don't know what they're doing. I know you can't have two hysterectomies. That's what I'm getting to now, if you listen to me. if you actually open your ears and listen to what I'm saying, you might be able to see it makes sense where people are running with this shit from. So I had my last baby. They said to me, obviously I'm consultant-led. Anyone knows you have any conditions, you are consultant-led during pregnancies. I've had the same consultant, luckily, with all my pregnancies. She's a lovely woman. And it got to the point when I went in to see her, she went, she was like, honestly, you're back. She was like, what are you doing? Because I don't have good pregnancies. And she went, I advise. She went, it's up to you. Obviously, your choice, she said. But obviously, normally we don't like doing it because you're still young. No. But have you thought about being sterilised? Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I don't want any more kids anyway. After what happened with Ashton, then I found out I was late pregnant with Broda, and obviously I was terrified then the whole way through pregnant with Broda. He was, bless him, I love him bits, but he was very unexpected. So then she said, have you thought about being sterilised? I said, oh yeah, that sounds good. So obviously I had a planned C-section. Planned C-section. And in the C-section, they sterilised me. I had a tubal ligation. Which means obviously they burn you, whatever your tubes clipping, whatever they bloody do. I don't even know which option they got, either burnt or clipped. I don't know.
How would you not know?
We had one at t'other. And then when I think then when I come home from hospital. This is kind of where I did myself a little bit dirty. I come home, so I had Broda, I had the sterilisation done. Hear me out on that. And I think I put a Facebook post up, and this is what everyone's running with. I think I put a Facebook post up, and I think I was still fucking half off my head, right?
I've been sterilised, and I know I've got the clips. Do you know what I mean? You just know.
Hysterectomy or something, innit? I don't fucking know. I don't know what it is. I don't even know. I can't remember what I even fucking put. So, I mean, I'm not here to bullshit you. I can't remember what I fucking... I know about the nose, I'm sorry. What I even put in it, I said something about, I'm in pain, I've had an hysterectomy, I've had this, I put hysterectomy or something. I don't remember what I fucking put. But basically, I'd been sterilised. Itchy lows every time you lie. Mama Kaz, honestly, who the fuck are you? Seriously, fuck off, kid. Honest to God.
Kid.
See, I get fucking so put off. Piss me off. Yeah, Mama Kaz, get the fuck out of here. What a skaghead. So I ended up saying, obviously, I had a hysterectomy or something. I fucking put something off my face. They've gone through, all the way through Facebook to back to 2021, and gone, oh, you don't say, she said she had a hysterectomy.
Piss off, kid.
She can't have two hysterectomies.
Skag, whatever
honest
skag
to
is.
Fucking God. Like, everything, man, is... Why are people like
so
this
on social media?
You can't even say anything. I was off my head on medication. I was what? Fucking off my head on medication. I was like 2 days out of being fucking... knocked out anyway, whatever, I had a baby, and I put something like, I didn't even, do you know what I mean? Fucking hell, it's been well spun, that. But no, we all know you can't have two hysterectomies. No, you can't. What I meant is, Torian, fuck off, mate. Honest to God. Just, this is what pisses me off. Yous all want me to say what's going on, say my side of things, go back, answer questions, answer. So I'm trying to do it, and I know it's jarring. I don't want to be here doing this. You really think I'm ill as fuck, I'm stressed as fuck. I don't want to be sat here going, oh, my whole life story, trauma dumping. No, I fucking don't. I really don't. I hate this app now. I fucking hate it. I just thought we were going to be doing something good, yeah? Sharing my journey, trying to do this good thing, almost kind of help others on this journey, and it's been ripped apart. It's been this, it's been that, by lies, absolute fucking lies. But okay, honest to God, okay. But then, yeah, so no, you can't have two hysterectomies. No, you can't. I got sterilised, I had a tubal litigation. I don't know which one that means.
Litigation?
Cut, clip, like I said, burnt. I don't even know.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure my hospital paperwork says litigation.
Have that. Oh, you just said you spoke to Martin Stocks. Oh, God, I hope they actually give you the right person and not a wrong number, Alicia. So this thing about, apparently I said my son had died.
Ligation, yeah, ligation, that's what it's called, yeah.
Which has been disproven as well by the police. Remember I said earlier, I was arrested and this, that and the other. I didn't do it wrong.
Ligation,
come off my phone. How come I'm sure if I'd lied about my son being dead? Put two and two together, guys, yeah? If I had genuinely lied about my son being dead, How come I've still got my children with no social services? How come I've never been arrested for this? How come there's never been...
I mean, it's not a crime, is it?
There's nothing. Look here. So there was there's a picture of a phone with a message on it, apparently come from my Facebook account, saying that I'd said that my son had died. That was not me. Categorically was not me. This has been going on for... When was that meant to have been done? 2022? 2022? So yeah, when I went and got an order on one of these individuals, that was brought up in court. They brought that up in court to try and obviously use it against me, and said that this is obviously what character she is. No. Got disproven in court. It's not mine. It's not me. It was fake, another fake thing, another fake account being made to try and tarnish my name because I said the truth about when I was abused as a child. That's where all this stems from, everybody, because if everyone knows they've watched the Jeremy Kyle show thing. Alyssa, you kept saying, didn't you, it wasn't relevant. Jeremy Kyle's not relevant. Jeremy Kyle's not fucking relevant. Do you know why it's relevant, babe? Because your boyfriend, no face, whatever, we're running with. She went on there and she was lying. Oh, that don't give her a very good character anyway. She was lying. Definitely wasn't, though, was a kid. Wasn't lying.
Why do you keep calling everyone
and
kid?
You said she got found out on Jeremy Kyle to be lying about having cancer once before. Where was that? Where was that?
Still
no, they didn't test me for the stuff on my uncle. I put it up there because you have said that I went on there and got proven to be lying about having cancer. That's a lie, isn't it?
DA's trying to get...
That's a lie. They did ask me about cheating, and who passed? Me. Who passed the drug test? But you're all saying that I'm on drugs and all.
Well, hey. Could be on them since.
You didn't know, Alicia, did you? You didn't say that. None of yous did. She has said that I went on there and it was proven that I was lying about having cancer.
Yeah, she was on Jeremy Kyle
that's why the Jeremy Kyle show was relevant. Because I didn't. Oh, honestly, Torian, why are you messaging me loads of abuse? You're fucking weird. Whatever. So that was that. So I ended up, obviously, I didn't go on and get caught out to be lying about cancer, did I? It's not the truth. I got taken on there when I was 18 years old. If you all want me to get into this, can't speak about all of it. Like I said, one person that was on there for criminal reasons. But I got taken on there when I was 18 years old. I was 18. I was 18. And I got taken on there to be accused of lying about my abuse when I was 11 years old by my family. My family took me on there and said...
Lisa Marie.
She's lying 25. About being abused when she was 11 years old. Okay? So that's why I went on there.
This woman told me she's a traveller, but I don't
Does that make you feel any better? Does that make you feel more superior? That you have tried to drag that trauma as well and saying that it didn't happen and having debates whether it happened or not?
We've been talking about this for fucking like 2 weeks now.
And that it happened to me. I was 11 years old. I was a child. And I wasn't believed. And then I was dragged out on national television for not being believed. Then since then, more victims have come forwards, and luckily now the case is reopened because it's not just me and my word and an historical case and More victims have come forwards.
We did not claim her.
It's now doing what it needs to do, and finally we all might get a bit of justice. But it is what it is.
She said after tonight she can't talk on it anymore because it's a police matter, but she's been saying that for about 4 days now.
Everyone's saying as well, address about having cancer. I've just addressed it 5-6 times. The one... That account's not me.
Yeah, Mama Kaz, this is the one that said Cockapoo was a social worker who took her kids last year or whenever it was, year before. May last year. She said Cockapoo's a social worker. She recognises her voice anyway, and she took her kids.
Been in care. I've addressed about apparently I neglected and abused my children. I've addressed that. I've addressed the fact that I've got an itchy nose. Because you all keep asking me about my itchy nose. GoFundMe. GoFundMe. Right, so I don't even know why really this is relevant. I think everyone can start up a GoFundMe if they want to, and they're allowed to if you feel like you need a bit of help. Where's this free GoFundMe's come from? Yeah, that's it. Where's this free I've definitely not got free GoFundMe's. I've got one. I've addressed the adult sudden death syndrome.
Adult sudden death syndrome.
Oh, the GoFundMe's. Fucking hell, so many. GoFundMe's, yeah, I've definitely not got free GoFundMe's. I've got one. Did your uncle? That is fucking funny. Did my uncle walk me down the aisle? No, it was my dad. It was my dad, believe it or not. They was nowhere near my wedding. Nowhere near my wedding. It was my dad. Got pictures if you want. Do you all want to see a picture of my father? What he looks like? My wonderful dad walking down the aisle? Definitely, I don't know where that's come from as well. But the free GoFundMe, sorry, people can actually join in a minute or whatever.
Now, just remember, this woman said that the letter she printed off and showed was a solicitor's letter. But she said in my live last week that she printed it off her NHS app. She printed the PDF. And then 2 days later was in Delusive Angie's box saying she can't get on her NHS app because she doesn't have ID. The maths ain't mathing.
I set one up. I thought, you know what? People are offering to help me. People are offering to help me. So why not? I don't understand what's wrong in that. Believe it or not, I'm not actually lying, guys. So it's not actually a criminal offence to have a GoFundMe. Did you tell someone your kid had cancer too? Oh, so do you want me to address that with Ashton? We'll get to that in a minute, Alicia. These are all coming out. You can tell where you're getting all this shit from and all twisting it again. Fuck me. You'll be here all day with shit apparently that fucking has gone on. So the free GoFundMe, I don't have that. I have one GoFundMe, which, like I said, believe it or not, I'm not doing it wrong, guys. Not doing it wrong. So kind of you're allowed to have a GoFundMe up and not be doing anything criminal if you've not done anything wrong. This is why they keep trying to report it and everything, and it won't go anywhere because they've actually done fuck all wrong. I've given everything over to the police as well. Not done anything.
This is the best
apparently I've got an Amazon wish
ever.
list up. I don't have an Amazon wish list. That's why it's nowhere.
Thank you.
It's nowhere linked up. So there was this lovely family, and I know they might not like me now because of what they've seen and what they've heard. I won't even name them, but they know who they are. She reached out to me and she said, "Why don't you set up?" And I've still got the messages. Why don't you set up an Amazon wish list? And you know who you are. And I said to her, "I don't know how to do that. I've never done one in my life. I don't know how to do it." And she sent loads of voice notes telling me how to do it. And don't get me wrong, I did actually try. I did try, and I didn't know how to do it, so I didn't end up doing one. So I haven't got an Amazon wish list.
Now's the time to plug. So if you've been following my journey, I bought a caravan off Facebook Marketplace for £650, renovated it, and if you click the link in my bio, there is an Amazon wish list for things for the caravan that I need. Thank you.
If you're not having hard access to get to a vein, you don't need a PICC line. You only need a PICC line if you can't get regular access to veins, or if you're, I believe, having so many more treatments. So they've said to me after my next round of treatment, which starts Monday, by the way, guys, then I would need a PICC line. You can all go check this out. It's not bullshit, but if you want to think it's bullshit, you're obviously doctors then, aren't you?
She's
but
crazy.
Yeah, so you don't need a PICC line to have chemotherapy. It's a weird myth, a lie that's been told. Exactly, stage 2 PICC is not necessary. Thank you. What else is there? So do you have cancer? Yes, I do, yes. I was diagnosed with stage 2 ovarian cancer. I've been through it with my mum and dad, mate. Sorry about that. You said your daughter, Lisa. What have I said about my daughter, Sarah?
Alicia's terrorising her in the chat.
When have I ever said my daughter's had cancer? I said, when have I said my daughter's had cancer? Definitely never come out of my mouth, that love, that my daughter's had cancer.
Lisa
She's
Marie
never
Allen.
had cancer. You said it to the T. definitely haven't. Please pull anything up to me now where I've said my daughter's had cancer. Never said that in my life. Never said that in my life, because my daughter's never had cancer. My oldest daughter's got a lot of health conditions, but I've never said she's had cancer. My son, Ashton, once again, he had a lump in his neck. So my son had a lump in his neck, and they believed at one point that was cancerous.
Every week, same as dialysis. You don't get reminder texts that you need dialysis on a certain day if it's a routine. Like, you don't.
I'm going to share this to my friend.
Yeah, I don't have any. All mine, like, I've got loads from NHS here, like, absolutely loads. And none of them say text cancel. They all say if you need to rebook or cancel, call, and then
you can't reply to them. It's a NHS no reply number.
Yeah.
And why is it getting in and no person? She's clearly texted us to herself.
Yeah, it's a contact. You like. I've saved old Laura there as NHS. She's saved as NHS in my phone now. But like, if she texts me, it's not the bloody NHS. It's just that.
Can you put that text up again?
Yeah, all mine. They just
the one with the text
man in the picture
that she put up.
If she has an infection, it means her neutrophils are obviously really low.
Somebody's just said it says call to cancel. At the end of that, it says or reply cancel. So read that again and then correct yourself.
So has anyone had chemotherapy here? Can you text back the NHS and cancel your appointment via text?
Do you get
I'm going to share this to my friend that's going through it now, Sophie. Hold up.
I actually want to know whether you get appointments for routine cancer chemo appointments, because I don't think you can.
I do actually know somebody from Middlesbrough who has recently who's recently had cancer within the last few years.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it'd be a bit weird to text her and be like, hey, the text messages you received.
Yeah. I'd ask, because I just don't think it'll be like my daughter when she got dialysis. We didn't get appointments for dialysis.
I've just asked her to join to see if she can.
I don't believe it. I might be wrong, but I don't believe it.
Hello.
Hi, Roxanne.
And not
so
just
I'm going to drop down for a bit.
Under her name, it says from your contacts.
Wait, it said from your contacts on it?
Her name, it says from your contacts.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, put that big message back up again. Look under the name,
Baggy,
it
we
says
need
from
you
your
back.
contacts.
Baggy, come back. She's here. Why is it not connecting her?
So she's been caught out in a lie then?
Yeah.
Sorry, is that my face? Oh, that was my face. Oh my god.
Oh my god, dogs.
You angry? For God's sake.
Oh no, that's on TikTok.
Even from your contacts.
No, that's
NHS.
in the story thing. That's from the story. So whoever screenshotted the story has a number
Yeah,
saved.
it's whoever's got her number is screenshot it as well.
Whoever's. I don't think I understand, but I'm tired.
This is a reminder.
Monday the Oh, don't dox me.
And why would it have that bit at the top saying something to his hospitals, NHS FT? That wouldn't come up at the start of NHS text.
I do think that she's maybe got someone else, like a message from someone else, and she's just wrote in and changed her name on it. Because it does look legit, sort of. I just don't know.
The thing is as well, like if there's like support groups on Facebook and things like that, people might post their texts and be like, oh, I've just had this text, I'm really nervous or something like that. So like people could do this and copy exactly where it says.
And I'm actually worried that that's what she's doing as well, that she's going round and people are telling their stories and she's taking their information and their journeys and using the information for herself.
Yeah. And like Danny's just said, and the videos are actually on this page as well. If you go on this page, I've made them public again. She created messages from Cockapoo last year, and I made videos like explaining how like these are not real. So she's done it before, like it's something that she's known to have done.
That is not legit. 850850 is main switchboard number, would be for oncology.
No Face is showing something. 1 second.
Right, I'll jump back off, but if you need me again, just
tell her that people were using her photos on TikTok. You just heard it from her mouth there where she said, no, I approached that lady. No, that lady approached me. So what was it? Because we know it was that lady that approached you because she showed us the messages. And then as soon as she told you she was going to the police, you blocked her. Like, it's just fucking wild. And then she's trying to say that people were saying that she didn't get, she weren't telling the truth on Jeremy Kyle. That wasn't said at all. What was said was that your mum stated that you told her that you had cervical cancer, is what your mum said on Jeremy Kyle. But that wasn't put into the questions asked on the Jeremy Kyle. You was asked whether you had cheated on your partner, whether you had had an abortion to cover up having a cheating on your partner, and then a drugs test. They were all free. And if you go back and watch the Jeremy Kyle show yourself, you can see on the little board that the guy's holding, there's 3 questions on there. And they were what was asked. They couldn't ask about the sexual offences, which anyone would know that. And they couldn't ask about illness. So why she's trying to make that into a big thing, I don't see it. Telling people to go and watch it because she was telling the truth. She told the truth that she weren't cheating. No one's ever questioned that. But the brain tumour thing, like, she clearly stated that she had a brain tumour.
Someone just said, I thought you couldn't do a lie detector with epilepsy. I don't know. And also, she sent loads of proof, and I use that word loosely, over to Torian, which was a load of shit to do with her family, which I didn't read. And then there was letters from the hospital for her to have a colonoscopy, which obviously is the bowels. And I've double-checked the spelling and everything. It's definitely a colonoscopy that she's having for whatever reason. But those are the only letters she's got. Her appointment for a colonoscopy. So there's no, like, she would have. Can you stop?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realise it was still going through. I muted myself.
She's got these letters to say you're having a colonoscopy on this date, but there's nothing to say this is your diagnosis, this is what's going to happen. And also, I've just had a message as well from someone who's going through cancer at the moment. And before you start your chemo, you're given a chemo card in case anything happens. And she would have this chemo card. Why is Angie confused? Yeah, but Char, my point is she's only got a letter to show that she's going for a colonoscopy. There's nothing there that she would have to say the diagnosis. Even the letter she printed off, it's all a different font. It's a doctor that doesn't
I don't know,
exist.
but I'm off to sleep, guys. I'm off to bed. But if you want to go over to No Faces Live, he's on, well, Alicia's in the box, so if you're looking, Alicia's in there. So if you want to go over and have a nosy and see what's going on. Oh, Pinky wants the box quickly.
Hiya. Just wanted to point out as well, when you get a hospital letter, it also tells you a department. It wouldn't just say chemotherapy, it would say chemotherapy at oncology or something. So that's a big thing that's missing on that.
Yeah, so the other day when all this came out, I had several people who have had cancer show me the letters when they first got the diagnosis, because they seem to all like keep everything in files because they get so much paperwork. And they were showing people. I had like 6 different people send me pictures of letters, and not one of them was anything like hers.
Yeah, all my texts will, because I go to the hospital a lot for different things, and they will all tell you on a text, on a letter, which department you have to go to. Not just say you've got a physio appointment or whatever. It would state that she had to go to oncology department. So that was all.
Thank you, darling.
All right, no worries.
Thank you, lovely. Bye. There you go. I'm just going to say it because no one else seems to want to, and I'm fully back now facing Alicia on this, that she's chatting shit. And if you're stupid enough to fall for it, then fair enough. I believed her until the evidence came out that made it look very, very unrealistic. And if you want to believe her, that's fine. If you don't want to believe her, don't believe her. But to be honest, a track record for lying is wild. She's told me she's a bloody traveller. She does look like Bush Baby there, doesn't she? But yeah, look at her history of lying. It's insane. To me, this is just wild, and I think the woman has got serious fucking mental issues. I think she is very unwell, and I think she craves attention. And we've all just given her it tonight, so she'll be having a right adrenaline rush. She'll be like a crackhead to fucking heroin. She'll be loving it. So it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same as what Paddy's just said. Like, I believe someone until evidence otherwise. Now, I've seen evidence otherwise, but I haven't seen evidence to support hers. And that's the bit that doesn't sit right with me. So I'm going to bed on that note, because I didn't even plan on being on long, but then all this kicked off and I got all a bit excited at the drama. It's all very strange. Because I love the drama, Simone. That's what I'm here for, the drama, darling. And I just think some people's morals are different. Some I'd rather, I don't know. If I was her, I would just prove myself innocent if I was her. But she just can't do that. She's not capable of doing that because she's not innocent. So on that note, good night. I will see you again tomorrow, guys. I don't think I'm going to come on in the day tomorrow. I think I'm just going to come on in the evening because I might make a start in my bedroom. I'm not sure. But I'll see. Goodbye, guys. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. No face. So if you go, is no with 2 O's _ facey. There you go. That's his @ He's showing it all on live now, all the evidence that shows she's just lied for the whole thing. So he's on live now showing everything. So if you go have a look, you will see exactly why we don't believe her. Good night, everybody. Goodbye.